Good morning on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Tuesday the 26th of March and I'm in the reading up with a nice cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing, and what I've got in here is this, which is Burned and Broken, a supplement for Heart, the City Beneath. So, from the city above to the city beneath. Burned and Broken is a source book for the Heart role-playing game which details on how to bring characters from Spire into Heart and how to use the themes of the Ministry in regular campaigns. Inside you'll find a new way of playing Heart, flee the Ministry after they've turned against you, and make your way to the city beneath. Origins for each Spire character class will allow you to function as characters in Heart. More information on Derelictus, the city beneath, giving players the chance to explore it as though it were a series of landmarks and delves. Active operations of the Ministry in the Heart, each a plot hook for a zealous character or crew. The Minister Calling, which allows players to quest for fragments of our hidden mistress. 4 new spells for those devoted to the Dark Goddess. A copy of Heart, the City Beneath is required to use this book. Now, Heart is a role-playing game published by, let's see, it is, well, I'll tell you in a minute, because I want to get the name right. And it's not on the cover, which is an odd thing, but let's get this open because it is quite sealed. It's Rowan, Rook and Decard. Now, Heart is a role-playing game, which is really sort of like the counterpart to another role-playing game called Spire. Spire is a towering city which is once home to the Drow, but there was a war between the High Elves, the Alfir, and the Drow lost, and the High Elves subjugated the Drow, turning into servants and a lower class. And part of the whole thing of Spire is that you are criminals and terrorists attempting to overthrow your new masters. Heart goes in the other direction. It's underneath the city, and you are generally obsessed with what lies at the heart of sort of like deep below the earth. And it's a way to do sort of like dungeoneering in a game that isn't sort of like normally dungeoneering. So this brings Heart and Spire together because it brings the characters from Heart into the city below. So, okay, we've got a table of contents, credits, and it says you used to be a minister. You were an agent for the Ministry of our Hidden Mystery, a paramilitary cult of Dark Elves dedicated to overthrowing the Alpha Council of the Spire, a shadowy and terrifying sect who use subterfuge and misdirection to achieve their aims, are forced to be reckoned with. You used to be on their side, and essentially you think because this is a paramilitary cult, there's a lack of distrust between the different cells, between all the members, and you've fallen foul of that. So this is about essentially player characters who are members of a cult, a paramilitary cult, who've been thrown out, and what do they do next? So we've got a nice example of sort of essentially, wanted, a gang for tiger for myriad crimes, including incitement or insurrection, extortion, racketeering, worship of forbidden gods, drunken disorderly contact. Okay, so that's the authority of the Alphirs, basically placing this one poster, and it's been marked with traitor. So, you're playing characters who are doubly wanted. So it's exploring essentially the place between Spire and Heart, Derelictus, the city between. So you've got landmarks, places where they can visit, delves where they can essentially involve themselves in missions and tasks, and looking at essentially the idea of regular Heart characters have access to calling, strokes and obsessions that push them to and keep them in the Heart. In Burned and Broken, you have a fall instead. The events that led you to your expulsion from the Ministry, your escape from the aftermath, and the development into a proper Heart dweller. So, essentially, calling of your choice, the core abilities of your class, and a major advance of your class, essentially. So, to get out of the Spire alive, what did you do? How are you acclimatizing, and what you're going to become? So there are those sections here. and then exploring the origins of your character with sort of like the ancestries, such as whether you're an Azurite, Blood Witch, Bound, Carrying Priest, Firebrand. These are all roles within the Spire role-playing game, which have been adapted to Heart. So you've got all those adjustments to make to the character. So you can go to Spire, look at the character, create the character sort of like in conjunction with this, and prepare it for a Heart campaign with different characters. And then we've got notes for the Game Master, Falling from Grace, running the game, loose collection of advice on running the games, using the burned and broken framework, and how to do that. So even a supplement which is as slim as this, it amounts to 25 pages. So there is advice for the Game Master on how to adjust to this very different campaign from both Spire and Heart, even though it's between the two. Previously the other one I looked at was Vermissian Black Ops, which is about the Ministry of agents of the Ministry of our Hidden Mistress, operatives for the Throne Group, doing special ops missions up through the Vermissian, the failed non-Euclidean transport network, which runs from the Heart up through the Spire. So that's sort of taking the Heart to the Spire. This is all about the Spire coming to the Heart. So details on locations, adversaries. And we've got some example adversaries, and what the Ministry is actually doing in Heart, and how to bring its themes into Heart, the City Beneath. It includes active operations like silence and reclamation, Vermissian exploration, which is exploring that transport network, preparing for assassinations, even kill your future self. That's interesting. Looking for shards of the goddess, and then we have a section on extra advances, faithful of our hidden mistress. So that's essentially available as minor advances for a character who has a history with the Ministry of our hidden mistress, which most of the player characters will. So here we have calling, minister. So you can create a Heart character using that, and that brings to a close Burned and Broken, a supplement for Heart, the City Beneath, which brings the Spire into the below. That looks really interesting. Interesting campaign framework for a role-playing game I really like. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a role-playing game or supplement, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.